Have you ever felt like your worth is on trial? As if every day you must present new evidence to a nameless, faceless jury. Evidence of your success, your productivity, your likability, your perfection. You get the promotion, and for a moment the verdict is worthy. You make a mistake, and the verdict is unworthy. You receive praise, your value soars. You face criticism, it plummets. You live on a volatile stock market of self-esteem, where your worth is a currency that fluctuates with the opinions of others and the ever-shifting standards of the world. It is exhausting. It is a game you can never truly win. Today I am here to tell you to stop playing, to walk away from the courtroom entirely, because you have been operating under a false premise. You have been trying to prove something that requires no proof. Your value is non-negotiable. This is not a motivational platitude. It is a fundamental law. And to understand it, you must first understand where value does not come from. Your value does not come from your achievements. The trophies, the degrees, the milestones you have reached, these are experiences. They are the beautiful landscapes you have passed on your journey, but they are not the journey itself. They are not you. Your value does not come from your possessions. The house, the car, the money in your bank account. These are tools. They are resources that can provide comfort and security, but they are external to your being. They can be gained and lost in an instant. Your true worth cannot. Your value does not come from the approval of others, the likes, the compliments, the acceptance you receive from friends, family, or strangers on the internet. This is merely a reflection of their perceptions, their moods, their own internal state. To build your home on the land of their opinions is to build on a constant earthquake. So where does it come from? Inside every living being there exists what I call the inner throne. It is the seat of your consciousness, the core of your existence. This throne is yours from the moment you are born to the moment you die. It is your birthright. Your value is the simple, undeniable fact of this throne's existence. Most of us have abandoned our own throne. We leave it empty and dusty while we wander outside in the cold, begging for scraps of validation from the external world. We try to decorate our lives with achievements and possessions, hoping these shiny objects will make us feel worthy of sitting on a throne we already own. But you cannot earn what is already yours. Your value is a fact, like a mountain is a fact. A mountain does not need to prove it is a mountain. It does not apologize for its size or worry if the other mountains are taller. It does not seek the approval of the clouds or the trees. It simply isn't. And in its being it is complete. You simply are, and in your being you are complete. Your unique consciousness, your capacity to feel, to think, to experience this universe that is the source. It is unconditional. It was there after your biggest failure and will be there after your greatest success. It is the one constant in a universe of change. The first step on this journey is not to build your value. It is to return to it. It is to walk back into the throne room of your own mind. Sweep away the dust of doubt and comparison, and for the first time truly claim your seat. From this seat, everything looks different. The world's opinions become whispers in the distance, not edicts that define you. Achievements become joyful expressions of your being, not desperate attempts to prove it. Your life transforms from a trial into a sovereign act of existence. Before we can expose the forces that try to pull you from this throne, you must sit with this truth. Feel it. Your worth is not a question to be answered. It is a reality to be acknowledged. But the moment you reclaim your seat on the inner throne, you will become aware of the forces that have benefited from its vacancy. For years, perhaps your entire life, they have operated in the shadows. Yet your newfound presence will cast a light on them. I call them the merchants of doubt. They are the ones who profit from your insecurity. They thrive in a world where people believe their value is for sale. They will do everything in their power to lure you away from your throne and back into their marketplace. These merchants operate in two realms simultaneously, the world outside of you and the world within you. To secure your throne, you must learn to recognize them in both forms. First, there is the external market. Imagine a vast, chaotic bazaar, louder than any you have ever seen. Every stall is selling something different. One sells the promise of success, another sells beauty, another sells social status, another intellectual superiority. The price for these goods is your attention, your energy and your conformity. This marketplace is the society we live in. It is the endless scroll of social media where lives are curated into highlight reels designed to make you feel that yours is lacking. It is the corporate ladder, which tells you that your value is equivalent to your job title and your salary. It is the advertising industry, which masterfully creates an insecurity and then sells you the cure. The primary currency of this external market is comparison. It is a system designed to make you look left and right at what others have, what others do, what others look like, to determine your own worth. It pulls your gaze everywhere except where your true value resides, inward. A person who is secure in their innate worth is a terrible customer. They cannot be easily sold a fantasy because they are not trying to escape a reality. They don't need external validation because they are not empty within. There is a profound insight into this dynamic from the 20th century French philosopher René Girard. His work on mimetic theory revealed a startling truth about human nature. Most of our desires are not our own. We learn what to want by imitating the desires of others. We see someone else desiring an object, a status, or a lifestyle, and that object becomes desirable to us. This creates a cycle of mimetic desire and rivalry. Think about it. Do you want that specific career path because it truly aligns with your soul, or because it is what is praised and valued in your social circle? Do you desire that particular lifestyle because it would bring you joy, or because it is the lifestyle that is presented as the pinnacle of success on your screen? This is the external market at its most insidious. It doesn't just sell you things, it sells you the very desires that keep you chained to the game of comparison and external validation. This market is powerful, but it is nothing compared to its most effective agent. The second merchant of doubt is the internal traitor. This is the voice in your own head. It is the part of you that has internalized all the rules and judgments of the external market. It is a spy that has been living in your inner kingdom for so long, you've mistaken it for the king. This traitor is your inner critic. Its methods are intimate and brutal. It uses your own memories as weapons against you. It keeps a detailed file of every mistake you've ever made, every embarrassing moment, every criticism you've ever received. When you are about to take a risk, it plays a highlight reel of your past failures. When you receive a compliment, it whispers, "It's a fluke." They don't know the real you. You will be exposed. It speaks to you with your own voice, which is what makes it so convincing. It knows your deepest fears and your most secret insecurities. And its primary mission is to convince you that you are an imposter on your own throne, that you are not worthy of the unconditional value you have just started to claim. Understand this, that voice is not you. It is a program. It is a recording of past pains, a conditioned pattern of thought that was installed long ago. It is the ghost of the external market, haunting the halls of your mind. These two forces, the external noise and the internal echo, work in perfect synergy to keep you questioning your worth. But they have one fatal weakness. Their power is an illusion. It is an illusion that can only survive in the darkness of your unconsciousness. It shatters under the light of your awareness. To see the merchants of doubt is one thing. To disarm them is another. Awareness is the light that exposes them, but you need a tool to use in the moment they strike. You need a practice that is simple, immediate, and powerful enough to pull you out of the turbulent waters of doubt and back to the solid ground of your being. You need an anchor. This is the practical core of our work today. It is not a complex philosophy. It is a technique to be applied, and the wave of self-doubt threatens to pull you under. I call it the anchor of self. An anchor does not fight the storm. It holds the ship steady within it. This technique does not fight your thoughts of doubt. It holds you steady in your truth, rendering the thoughts powerless. This technique is composed of 4 simple intentional steps. Practice it now as you listen. The first step is recognize the signal. Self-doubt is not just a thought. It is a physical event. You must learn to recognize its signature in your body. It is a tightening in your chest, a knot in your stomach, a sudden heat rising to your face, a shallowing of your breath. These are the signals. This is your mind and body telling you that the internal traitor has just been activated. The moment you feel this, you do not argue with the thought. You do not analyze it. You simply acknowledge the signal, and you drop the anchor. The second step is find your stance. This is a physical act. Wherever you are, Plant your feet firmly on the ground. Feel the soles of your shoes, the texture of the floor. Feel the pull of gravity holding you to the earth. Now, straighten your spine, not into a rigid posture of aggression, but into a dignified posture of presence. Roll your shoulders back slightly. Imagine a string gently pulling the crown of your head towards the sky. You are physically occupying your space. You are declaring, with your body, I am here. This simple shift in posture sends a powerful signal back to the brain, disrupting the feedback loop of fear and insecurity. The third step is take the centering breath. With your feet grounded and your spine aligned, take one single, conscious breath. This is not a normal breath. Inhale deeply through your nose and imagine the air traveling all the way down to your center, to your core, just below your navel. Feel your belly expand. Hold it for a moment. Then, exhale slowly through your mouth, releasing all the tension, all the noise, all the doubt with it. This breath is a neurological reset button. It interrupts the fight or flight response and activates the part of your nervous system responsible for calm and clarity. In this single breath, you have created space. The fourth and final step is make the declaration. In the quiet space you have just created with your breath, you make a silent internal declaration. This is not an affirmation you are trying to convince yourself of. It is a statement of undeniable fact. Self. The words are simple. I am here. My worth is. That is all. Self. I am here is a statement of physical presence which you have just established with your stance and your breath. It is an undeniable truth. My worth is a statement of existence, not of quality or quantity. It is the acknowledgement of the inner throne. It is a fact. It does not say my worth is great or my worth is sufficient. Those are judgments. We are not dealing in judgments. We are dealing in facts. My worth is a complete sentence, a complete truth. This four-step anchor can be dropped in 5 seconds, in any situation, in a meeting before a presentation, after receiving a critical email, in the middle of a difficult conversation, when you look in the mirror and hear the voice of the internal traitor. Why does it work? It works because it yanks you off the abstract, chaotic marketplace of thought and comparison, and grounds you in the undeniable reality of your physical being in the present moment. The merchants of doubt thrive on the past and the future. They cannot operate in the now. The anchor of self is a tool that brings you home to the only place your true value can be felt, here and now. The anchor of self is not a tool you use once to fix a problem. It is a tool you use to train your mind. At first you will need it often. The waves of doubt are strong, and the habits of the merchants are deeply ingrained. You will drop your anchor, find your center, and moments later a new wave will hit, and you will need to drop it again. This is not a sign of failure. This is the nature of the training. You are building a new muscle. You are forging a new neural pathway. Each time you choose the anchor over the automatic reaction of doubt, you are strengthening your connection to the inner throne. And over time, something remarkable begins to happen. You begin to need the anchor less and less, not because the storms have ceased, but because you have become a better sailor. You have built a deep, abiding sense of your own worth that is no longer shaken by every wave. The technique, through practice, transforms from a conscious action into a way of being. This is the goal. This is the sovereign life. Living a sovereign life means that the truth of your non-negotiable worth infuses every choice you make. Daybreak, it is no longer just an idea you hold. It is the ground from which you walk. This manifests in 3 crucial areas. First, your boundaries become clear and calm. Before, a boundary might have felt like an aggressive wall you had to build out of anger or frustration. Now, you understand that a boundary is simply the natural perimeter of your own well-being. It is not a declaration of war, it is a statement of self-respect. You learn to say no, not with guilt or apology, but with a quiet firmness. You say no to requests that drain your energy, to relationships that devalue you, to obligations that are not aligned with your path. Because you know that your peace, your time, and your energy are sacred, and they are not up for negotiation. Second, your choices become aligned. When you are not constantly seeking external validation, you become free to consult your internal compass. When faced with a decision, the primary question is no longer, what will make them approve of me? Or, What is the safe option to avoid failure? The question becomes, what is true for me? What choice honors the person I am and the person I am becoming? This could mean leaving a prestigious but soul-crushing job. It could mean pursuing a creative passion that has no guarantee of success. It means choosing the path of your own truth over the crowded highway of public opinion. And third, your relationship with success and failure is transformed. The external market defines success by outcomes, the money, the status, the victory. It defines failure as the lack of those things. The sovereign mind operates under a different law. Success is defined by your input. Did I act with integrity? Was I true to myself? Did I give my best effort? Failure is no longer a verdict on your worth. It is simply data. It is an outcome that provides a lesson. You can learn from it without letting it define you. This strips failure of its emotional sting and transforms it from a source of shame into a source of wisdom. To live a sovereign life is to govern your inner kingdom with wisdom and integrity. You still interact with the world, you still engage with the marketplace, but you are no longer defined by it. You are a nation of one, secure in your own borders, operating under your own laws, anchored in your own truth. So, we return to where we began. You have been on a quest for worthiness, searching for it in the four corners of the world, trying to earn, prove, and defend it. The journey has led you back here, to the inner throne that has been waiting for you all along. You have seen the merchants of doubt for what they are, purveyors of illusion. And you now hold the anchor of self, a simple tool to hold you steady in your truth. The only remaining question is not, are you worthy? Your value was never in question. The only question is, and always has been, will you choose to honor it? Will you claim your throne and rule your life? The noise of the world is waiting for you the moment this video ends. The marketplace is ready to hand you a price tag. The internal traitor is ready with its familiar script of doubt. This is your first test, your first moment to practice.